happy with the women. I think, again, we're not as good as we can be yet on that side, but it's huge progress for them as a team. Obviously, we saw it in the results. And on the men's side, I feel they just kind of let the opportunity get away from them. The reason those guys, specific guys, raced that week was to make a jump in race situations because they've been training really, really well, but you can fake it in practice. You have to do it on race day. And we kind of just let that opportunity slip away from us. So that being said, had some good conversations with the men afterwards, and they understand my frustration initially. So I think, again, a lot of this stuff comes down to communication on my end. Maybe I just don't make myself clear enough to them. But for us to only really have 5 stable guys currently right now, and you only score 5, if one of those guys has an off day, we need some of those guys to be able to step up and pick up the slack. Well, the first thing is come off the weekend and make sure that everyone's healthy. It was pretty muddy on that course, and pretty muddy, pretty windy, actually pretty cold. So making sure that everyone's recovering fine from that. We're going to have a kind of a medium day today. And then just regroup and treat this like a whole new season, second half of the season. We have, championship season. UP champs are Friday, which is a good opportunity for our non-GLIAC kids to get one last shot. But then GLIAC championships, regional championships, and national championships are here. So we have to make sure that we're continuing to grow as a group and appreciate one another in day-to-day life. Make sure that we're taking care of classes, taking care of training, and building that excitement and that that want to compete rather than the dread and anxiety of racing. So I think really just kind of feeding off one another and keeping them focused on what's important and not letting the noise get in our way. I don't really get too disappointed too often. So when I do show it, and there's always a reason behind it, and making sure that they understand, guys, I'm only disappointed because I expect more from you. You need to expect the same amount I do from yourself. So I think it's good. It'll be better. But those guys just have to be able to step up when time calls for it. The women are starting to do that, and that's why the results are what they were this weekend. Yeah, it's a pretty small meet, but Jenny, the coach down there, does a really good job putting it on, and it's really a big favor to us to be able to get another race opportunity before the conference championships. So it's a pretty fast course, and with the weather cooling off a little bit, it usually lends itself to some faster race times. So it's a pretty good opportunity for the kids who might be ending their season to get a fast time and get one more chance to kind of spike up and wear the uniform.